You wake up. Before your feet even touch the floor, you grab your phone, you scroll for 20 minutes, skip breakfast because you're not hungry, rush to work, sit down for 8 hours, drink your first glass of water sometime around noon. Then you wonder why losing fat feels like trying to empty a swimming pool with a teaspoon. Most people think fat loss begins in the gym or in the kitchen. It doesn't. It begins in the first hour after you wake up. Because that first hour quietly tells your body what kind of day it's about to have. Should we conserve energy? Or should we spend it? Modern life usually sends all the wrong signals. Artificial light, stress, coffee before water, zero movement, food whenever it's convenient. It's like trying to set your watch by randomly guessing the time. Eventually, everything drifts out of sync. Now compare that to Japan. Japan has one of the longest life expectancies in the world and historically much lower obesity rates than many Western countries. No, it's not because everyone has magical genetics. And no, they aren't secretly born with six-packs. Many traditional Japanese habits naturally support better sleep, more movement, healthier eating patterns, and a more stable daily rhythm. The interesting part? Modern neuroscience is starting to explain why these habits work. Researchers like Dr. Andrew Huberman have shown how the timing of light, movement, hydration, and stress affects your circadian rhythm. Dr. Sachin Panda's work suggests that when you eat and how you structure your day may influence metabolism almost as much as what you eat. The common thread isn't discipline. It's rhythm. Your body loves predictable routines. Think of your body like a restaurant kitchen. If customers randomly show up at 3 a.m., 6 a.m., noon, midnight, and every hour in between, the kitchen becomes chaos. But if everyone arrives around the same time every day, everything runs smoothly. Your metabolism works surprisingly similarly. The more predictable your daily signals become, the easier it is for your body to regulate hunger, energy, sleep, and recovery. And that's exactly what many traditional Japanese habits accidentally get right. Let's start with the simplest one. Habit number 1. Asa no mizu. Literally translated, it means morning water. Nothing fancy, no detox powder, no green liquid that tastes like someone blended your lawn, just water. After 7 or 8 hours without drinking, you're naturally a little dehydrated. Your blood volume is slightly lower. Your brain isn't firing at full capacity. Even mild dehydration can make you feel sluggish, reduce concentration, and sometimes even make thirst feel like hunger. Which means some people start the day thinking they need food, when they really just needed a glass of water. Traditional Japanese culture has long emphasized drinking water shortly after waking. Not because water magically burns fat. It doesn't. But because it helps your body transition from sleep into wakefulness. It's like warming up your car before driving. You're simply helping the engine do what it's already designed to do. Try drinking 1 or 2 glasses before your coffee, not after, before. It's one of those habits that feels almost too simple to matter, which is usually a sign that people ignore it. Now let's move to habit number 2. Sanpo, a morning walk. Notice what isn't included in that sentence. No sprinting, no boot camp, no destroy your body before breakfast. Just walking? This sounds almost disappointingly ordinary. That's exactly why it works. Most people treat exercise like a punishment they have to survive. The Japanese often treat movement as something that naturally belongs in the day. Walking after waking exposes you to natural daylight while gently increasing your heart rate. That's an incredibly powerful combination. Morning sunlight helps anchor your internal clock. Movement tells your body that the day has officially begun. Together, they create a signal that's much stronger than either one alone. Think of sunlight as pressing the reset button on your brain. Walking is the confirmation message that says, yes, we're actually awake now. Miss both. And your body sometimes spends half the morning acting like it's still negotiating whether today is optional. The best part? You don't need to walk 5 miles. Even 10 to 20 minutes outside can make a meaningful difference. You're not trying to burn hundreds of calories. You're setting the rhythm that influences the next 12 hours. That's the theme you'll notice throughout this video. These habits aren't powerful because they burn massive amounts of fat directly. They're powerful because they quietly make dozens of better decisions happen automatically afterward. And that's where the third Japanese habit becomes surprisingly interesting. But now you've probably noticed something. None of these habits involve suffering. No freezing cold plunge at 5 a.m., no eating 1 almond while pretending you're full, no workout so intense you need to schedule emotional recovery afterward. They're simple, which is exactly why they're sustainable. and sustainability beats intensity almost every single time. That brings us to the third habit, ma. In Japanese culture, ma refers to the space between things, the pause, the empty space, the moment where nothing is happening. That might sound philosophical, until you compare it to how most people start their mornings. Alarm, phone, messages, news, email, coffee, podcast, traffic. Your brain hasn't even finished waking up before it's processing more information than someone in the 1800s saw in a week. Your nervous system immediately shifts into reaction mode. You're responding to everyone else's priorities before you've even thought about your own. Taking just 5 or 10 quiet minutes in the morning changes that. No scrolling, no emails, no endless stream of notifications. Just sitting with your coffee, journaling, stretching, or simply looking outside the window. It sounds almost boring. That's the point. Your brain doesn't need constant stimulation. It needs occasional silence. Ironically, the less chaotic your morning feels, the easier it becomes to make healthier decisions for the rest of the day. Now let's talk about food. Habit number 4, Hara Hachi Bu. This traditional Japanese principle means eating until you're about 80% full. Not stuffed, not uncomfortable, just satisfied. Your stomach isn't a gas tank. You don't get bonus points for squeezing in the last few bites. The problem is that fullness isn't instant. Your brain takes time to realize you've eaten enough. If you eat quickly, you're basically waiting for delayed text messages from your stomach. By the time they arrive, you've already ordered dessert. Eating a little slower and stopping before you're completely full naturally reduces calorie intake for many people, without counting every gram or weighing lettuce like it's a chemistry experiment. It's a habit, not a diet. And habits tend to last much longer. Finally, we have the fifth habit, respecting your body's internal clock. This is where everything comes together. Your body expects patterns, sleeping at roughly the same time, waking at roughly the same time, eating within a fairly consistent window, getting daylight early, moving daily. When those signals line up, your body becomes remarkably good at regulating hunger, energy, and sleep. When they're all over the place, everything feels harder. You crave more food, you feel more tired, you move less, and losing fat suddenly feels like pushing a shopping cart with one locked wheel. This is one of the biggest insights from circadian rhythm research. Your metabolism doesn't operate independently from your lifestyle. It responds to the signals you repeatedly give it. Every morning is essentially a vote, not for the body you have today, but for the body you'll have months from now. Here's what I find interesting. Most people search for the perfect fat-burning supplement. Meanwhile, they ignore the 5 or 6 decisions they make before 9 a.m. It's like spending thousands on performance tires while driving with the handbrake on. You're optimizing the wrong thing. The Japanese habits we talked about today aren't magic. They're not ancient secrets hidden in a mountain temple. They're simple behaviors that happen to work remarkably well with modern science. Drink water after waking, walk outside in the morning, create a little space before the chaos begins, stop eating before you're completely full, live with a rhythm your body can actually predict. Individually, none of these habits will transform your life overnight. Together, they create an environment where healthy choices become easier, your energy becomes more stable, and fat loss often becomes much more manageable. Because here's the truth. Your body isn't trying to work against you. Most of the time, it's simply responding to the instructions you give it every morning. Change the signals. And over time, you'll often change the outcome.